Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour.
Okay, where are we? I don't know, but I'm cold. Where's our ship? Where's our crew? We are in the middle of nowhere, Kendall. So let me recap. We don't have tips on how to survive out here. Nope. We have no food. We have nothing, essentially.
We have no sense of anything. What are we gonna do about a cell phone?
I have my cell phone.
Awesome. Oh.
I had a cell phone.
That is not gonna help us.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
All right, looks like it's us and the land. Oh my God.
Welcome to Second Edition News. I'm Brad Hamilton.
And I'm Jamila Clark. The city has cast their votes, and it's evident that Edmontonians are still content with their mayor.
Stephen Mandel secured more votes than all of his competitors combined and will be continuing on to his 3rd term. Mandel believes he has been surrounded by more support than ever on his 3rd win, considering he picked up 55% of the votes, easily defeating fellow incumbents by nearly 50,000 votes. Just one of the many issues on Mandel's long list this term will be the expansion of the LRT, first to Nate, followed by Millwoods.
The first project is just to get approval for the Southeast LRT to Millwoods. I think that's ready to go. Let's get it done. Let's move ahead. Our citizens want it done. Let's fast track it so it gets operational. That's one of our biggest ridership opportunities. So I think that's the one. And then we are doing Nate right now, so that's a fait accompli. Nate is under construction, so we'll have from Nate down to Millwoods, up to the northeast, and down to Heritage within the next 3.5 years, and then the west end will be done after that.
Edmontonians' budget arrives next month, and Mandel will be dealing with the city's collective interests at that time.
The 12 incumbents were also determined this week and will be joining Stephen Mandel in council. We have Linda Sloan representing Ward 1 and Kim Kershell for Ward 2. One of the new Wards 3 has chosen Dave Loken, and Ed Gibbons re-elected for Ward 4. Karen Libovici for Ward 5 by a landslide, bringing 72% of votes. Jane Batty representing Ward 6, and now Tony Caterina will be representing Ward 7. Ben Henderson newly elected for Ward 8, as well as Brian Kent Anderson by a landslide at 69.7% for Ward 9. Don Iveson taking place at 76.3% for Ward 10. Carrie Diot is now representing the new Ward 11, and another new incumbent for Ward 12 is Amarjeet Sohi.
Novanate's Research Institute hit jackpot earlier this week. The Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada has granted $2.3 million to the Boreal Research Institute. Over the next 5 years, the funds will support boreal forest reclamation research and will be divided throughout the organization.
The NSERC itself finances mainly people. There's a portion that will be for equipment, but you know, if we want a new greenhouse or if we want a new office space in our very own building, that has to be another application. The money we have now won't be able to finance that.
This is the largest applied research grant in Nate's history and has hopes of ensuring this vital habitat is restored for future generations.
Teens were able to take a glimpse into their future at Nate's Open House this week. Prospective students from around the city toured Nate's Open House, exploring the programs offered on campus. From young undergrads to returning adults, Nate brought all soon-to-be students together. Hands-on activities gave prospective students a chance to experience program equipment, technology, and learning approach, and gave other students a chance to share wisdom of their time thus far at Nate.
We have many programs, so there's so many options open to students these days, and the hardest thing is to choose and pick. So this is one way to see it all, one-stop shopping.
And you get a first-hand view of what the courses are like, who the teachers are, and if the students really like the programs, which they usually do.
Once a year, Nate hosts this open house featuring more than 100 displays and interactive exhibits, demonstrating how Nate prepares its students for the working world.
The new sandwich from KFC has claims of being the best thing since sliced bread.
And in this case, the chicken is the bread. On Monday, Kentucky Fried Chicken unveiled their new Double Down sandwich, bacon and Swiss cheese in between 2 breaded chicken breasts smothered with special sauce. It sounds delicious, it probably is. However, it comes at a cost of 540 calories and nearly double the daily recommended intake of sodium. We asked an employee how Edmonton has reacted to this new meaty monster.
Double Down is fantastic. We're selling quite a lot of them. They're a big rave, all the rave right now in town. So everybody should come in, at least try one and see what they think. It's a big seller.
Jamila, have you had a chance to try the Double Down?
Actually, no, I haven't yet, unfortunately, but I am trying to cut down on my carbs, so I think I'm going to have to try one.
I personally am not trying to cut down on carbs, so I'll probably head over there right after work and give it a taste. Lyndon, I can't imagine there's too many professional athletes that are going to be taking advantage of the Double Down anytime soon.
Probably not, but Yankees pitcher CC Sabathia might want to stray away from them for a while. I got highlights coming up on sports. The NAIT Ooks season has begun, and a new leader has emerged from behind the bench. Serge Lajoie carries championship experience from the ice and the bench as he becomes the new head coach for the NAIT Ooks.
You know what, I've been here since June and working with the student athletes here since September 2010. Well, you know what, we want to make sure that we continually get better. So my expectations are for the guys to bring a good, strong work ethic each day, commitment to pushing themselves to be the best that they could be, and in turn that'll make the team perform at a higher level. So we obviously want to be as successful as we can on the ice, but also we want to be able to grow as individuals as well. So we want to create a very strong, successful culture within the NAIT men's hockey program.
As of October 16th, NAIT is currently sitting second place in the ACAC, 3 points behind southern rival SAIT. The world of team handball may be unknown by many here in Edmonton, but to several NAIT students, it's more than just a hobby. Shaquille Bambry-Quealy is one of 16 players across Canada headed to Venezuela for Pan Am Championship qualifiers October 22nd.
I got introduced to the sport at about junior high. Didn't really play much, probably my grade 8 year. I kind of really got into it, and I got introduced to a guy named Mike Namish, and I started training with him and his senior team and the junior team and the juvenile team, and that's how I got more involved in handball.
Shaquille is currently studying industrial heavy-duty equipment technologies here at NAIT.
Hopefully a bright future, big house, 5 kids, lots of fancy cars, jewelry.
The fast-paced sport has made great strides in the past 10 years.
It's probably the time when, I think it was my first year, we went to, where did we go? The Partille Cup in Sweden. Ooh. Beautiful place, and just the best memories ever.
Coming from Yankee Stadium, the ALCS Game 5 between the Yankees and Rangers. Yankee batters 3 for 33 with runners in scoring position, looking to get something done, and they do off the bat of Jorge Posada. The veteran catcher hits one into left field, giving enough time for A-Rod to narrowly make it home. That's not all for the Yankee bats, though, as Nick Swisher sees this ball the entire way before he sends it flying over the left field wall. The shot is followed immediately by Robinson Cano, sending over his 4th home run of the series against Texas. It wasn't only the Yankees' bats coming alive, but Big CeCe himself was looking sharp in his first ever playoff elimination game. The Yankees defeat the Rangers 7-2, but if the defending champs want to regain their title, they're going to have to win the next 2 games. Edmonton Eskimo receiver Jason Barnes returned to Edmonton today after sustaining an injury during a game against Hamilton October 8th. Jason returned to a warm welcome from teammates and family.
Definitely, yeah. Everybody showed me a lot of love, I've been getting calls and texts, await my arrival, so definitely looking forward to seeing everybody else.
Barnes suffered a ruptured spleen when he was hit by 2 Tiger Cat players in the second quarter of the game in Hamilton. Barnes also suffered from a bruised lung and kidney.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see him because we haven't seen him. He was out in Hamilton for such a long time, and we're getting updates, but you never really know how things are going. So it's good just to see him back here and to know that he didn't have to get surgery.
Put a smile on a lot of guys' face to kind of see that guy return out here to this team. I think he's been going a while, and we excited, man, to get him back out here.
Barnes will be out for the remainder of this year, but remains optimistic for a return next season.
That's been your sports for Second Edition. I'm Lyndon Savanto.
Cell phone emits a digital ping that can help rescuers find you. Did you know that a former contestant of Survivor was attacked with pepper spray by PETA members for killing a pig while on the show? Did you know that according to the United Nations, there are over 3 million shipwrecks on the ocean floor? Did you know that the rule of 3 means you can live for 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food? Did you know that Tom Hanks had to lose 55 pounds for his role of Castaway? Did you know that there were only enough lifeboats on the Titanic to fit half the number of passengers? Did you know that Law's 2-part pilot episode was the most expensive in ABC's history? Did you know that to keep her age a secret, there was never a close-up of Mrs. Howell on Gilligan's Island? Did you know that actual lines of dialogue were written for Wilson the volleyball?
You know, now that we're stranded out here, I really wish we would have taken some sort of like course or something on how to survive if this were to happen.
Yeah, but does anybody really expect to be like capsized on some island we have no idea where we are?
That's the point though. We should have been prepared for this on the off chance that it ever happened. Never thought it would. Here we are.
We'll have to wait and see.
Welcome to this week's edition of My Edmonton. Today we're going to look at Edmonton River Valley Program's Survival Skills course with Program Manager Karina Ma. The course offers many different skills such as snowshoeing, skiing, and even building a fire, which Karina is going to demonstrate for us today.
My name is Karina Ma. I'm the Program Manager for River Valley Programs, which is the City of Edmonton. And I manage all of the outdoor pursuits, which is biking, skiing, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing. We do a bit of archery, low ropes, and outdoor skills, which are how you would be able to survive if you were ever lost in the woods or on an island. There's 2 levels. There's sort of like a beginner family basic one where it's just a bit of shelter building and a bit of fire building. And then there's a higher one where we teach you a little bit more with some advanced tools like the flint and steel or how to build a bigger shelter. I'm going to show you how to build a fire. All fires take 3 elements to them. They need fuel, heat, and oxygen. Generally, we just talk about how to use your knife. You want a nice sharp knife, and you just kind of take off a few shavings at a time to kind of create some nice light tinder and kindling. And what I've learned over the years from a few of the fancier fire builders, if you just make yourself a little hole in there to put the match in. The true sign of a good quality fire is if you can light it with 1 match. So I just have a box of Strike Anywhere matches, which are good, but you can also get waterproof matches. You want to get your match going, and then kind of poke it in the tinder hole that you created. For safety reasons, you would actually want a bucket of water beside you wherever you lit a fire, but for survival purposes, you generally just want to keep it going.
I am so cold and so tired.
I am so hungry. I need something to eat so badly.
This is true. How about I stay here and hold down the fort and see if anybody shows up, and you go try and find us food?
Definitely a deal. I will be back as soon as possible.
Alright, gonna be my lucky day.
Hey bro, what you doing?
I'm just scratching these lotto tickets and watching the game.
Oh, no way. Trade you a big rock for your last lotto ticket.
Sure, man. I've been having no luck.
Oh, awesome, man. Yes! $10,000! $10,000!
Big Rock. Better than winning the lottery.
There's nothing to do online. I'm so sick of Facebook.
Try something new. Head to nr92.com. Log on for streaming music. New.
Welcome to Nate Newswatch.
Contest just a click away.
nr92.com. Radio for the students, by the students.
Feeling a little blue? Well, nothing boosts your confidence like winning. And it's easy on nr92.com. Just listen or check out our website to win. Your winner with nr92.com. The station for the students, by the students.
and welcome to Cooking with Ernest. I am your host, Elizabeth Zogalis, and I am joined by the lovely chef, TJ.
Hello.
So TJ, what are we going to be doing today?
Today we're doing the process of blanching and shocking vegetables, used mainly for the preparation of vegetables and as well as presentation.
Okay.
So I've dipped it here into some boiling water, and we're going to let it go for about 30 seconds to just really brighten the color on the green beans itself.
So you did the green beans first. I imagine it's because they take a shorter time than the
Correct.
carrots. Okay.
And if you leave them in too long, they become a brownish color, which is definitely not what we're going for.
All right.
So you pass me the ice water there, we'll take them out. And after I get these out, we'll throw in the carrots and let them blanch, which will make them a very nice, bright orange.
So generally, how long should they have to sit in the ice cold water?
About 30 seconds should be fine.
All right.
So if you'd maybe like to pull out those green beans, we're going to saute them in a little butter, salt, and pepper, and then we'll present them and give them a taste.
Put them here for you.
Perfect. I'm going to add a little pepper here.
One last one. So this, you're just doing kind of a general seasoning for them.
Correct. And this way we're going to finish the vegetables and just cook them the rest of the way.
All right.
And then they'll be ready for service right after that as well.
So when would you normally do this kind of stuff?
If you're preparing for a large meal and you wanted to do the vegetable prep ahead of time, that way you can just finish it, and it's a lot less hassle later when you do it.
Awesome.
All right.
I can already see the green. It's so much better than it was
Nice and
before, I
bright
guess.
there. And if you look here, the carrots are a very bright orange color.
Oh, nice.
Nice and eye-appealing there, and would be great on a plate as well. So.
All right. Just out of curiosity, have they been peeled already, or is this like part of the washing process as well? Or
For some of them, yes. You can definitely, it'll kind of purify and clean the outside of the carrot because
Okay.
their baby carrots are quite clean as it is. So
All right.
it's a lot of it just for presentation and to slightly soften the bite of the vegetable
okay.
as well.
So I imagine you get more of a taste as well.
Correct as well.
Okay. Should I pull it out? I'm curious.
Yeah, we can pull it out and we can
All
saute
right.
that in butter as well.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for showing us all this. Unfortunately, we don't have much time. Once again, I'm your host, Elizabeth O'Galish, joined by TJ. Thank you very much with Cooking with Ernest.
I'm so hungry. I wish you would have been able to find me.
Sorry, really didn't.
Hey, coconut.
Okay, we could totally eat that.
Do you remember that one episode of Gilligan's Island, though, where they made a phone out of one of these?
Totally.
We should call Daryl Ann and see if she can get us out of this mess.
If we could call Daryl Ann, we could probably get her to Google it and look up like survival tips in the forest or something. Yeah.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I can't believe an actual laptop on a beach, really? Oh, let's see what's on here. Oh my goodness, survival tips. Huh.
Oh neat, www.wildwoodsurvival.com has a wide range of topics for survival to explore. From things like shelter, water, fire, clothing, and look at the list, so much more. Let's check out the water section. Wow, we can survive without food for 20 to 30 days? Oh, but without water, we can only survive for 3 to 4 days. That's scary, especially if you're shipwrecked for a long time. Good thing the website shows us different sources of water and purification. Cool! Clean water from plants? Who would have thought? This site is great. There's so much stuff.
Oh, I'm really glad I learned all that information.
What are you doing? I'm just pretty much pretending that Coconut is my boyfriend because I'm so bored.
Speaking of friend, you're a pretty bad friend. I can't believe you went and ate that food without me.
Okay, how did you find out?
I am so hungry, I can smell it on your breath. It's
Sorry.
pretty sad when a volleyball can have more loyalty than you.
Volleyball? What volleyball?
Don't you remember that movie?
So, Castaway is about this FedEx superstar employee, Chuck Nolan, who has a pretty near perfect life. Good at his job, long-term relationship, you know, all that.
Until, dun dun dun, his plane crashes.
Well, yeah, but he was lucky enough to find himself on a tropical island.
You have a weird definition of the word lucky. I mean, he's stuck there for 4 years, and all he has to eat is raw fish and coconuts. And he gets so lonely that he makes friends with the volleyball.
Some people would prefer that anyway. Besides, Wilson was a good friend to him. So anyway, after years of pining after his girlfriend, he builds this raft to try and escape. And lucky for him, he gets picked up by this boat. And they grab him up and take him home.
But when he gets home, he finds that everything's changed, and he just doesn't fit in anymore. Not even the girl that got him through it waited for him.
No, but it doesn't mean she ever stopped loving him.
So she just married some other guy because?
Well, it's not like a girl can wait forever. But whatever. He got his life back, and even though it wasn't that happy-go-lucky wonderland he had before, he's happy to have it.
Pretty sure most people would be. Anyway, I think it's a good movie, which some people might find surprising for a movie with pretty close to a one-man cast.
And a volleyball. Always forget the volleyball. Poor Wilson. But, alright. I guess it is a good movie. If you haven't seen it before. If you've seen it before, you kind of get the point. Sorry, Tom. Anyway, our official judgment?
3 volleyballs out of 5.
So there you have it. How do we get out of here?
I just want out of here! What are you guys doing? Camilla? Yeah, hurry up. Let's get out of here. Come on in, guys.
We are so glad you showed up. It feels like we were stuck forever.
Hey, you guys realize that they covered stuff like that today on the show. When we couldn't find you, we just went ahead. We heard about these badge programs of Edmonton, this great website, and reviewed a movie, Castaway. Too bad you guys missed it.
What? Sure. Not sure yet.
There's a plastic bag flying behind you.
Who cares?
It's almost...
You should keep that in. Do another one, but just like,
He's huge.
Children and adults of all ages who want to look at how to survive.
I didn't even catch that. That's so funny. Okay. Okay, so.
Oh my goodness, survival tips. Huh.